welcome to F1 Manager 24 as we continue our Team Lotus series with episode 4. And before I get into this one, I just want to say a massive thank you for all of the support. I've really seen an increase in views and subscribers and followers across all platforms in the last couple of weeks. So I really do appreciate that support. And if you want to continue that, please do subscribe to the channel. Do like this video, it really does help out the channel. And as always, do get involved in the comments. But in this one, we are heading to Japan. But before we do that, let's recap what happened in the last episode. And we had the race in Australia, but prior to that, we did a lot of design work. So we've got quite a few designs now on the car, which is really hopefully going to put us in a good place in a few races' time. So as you can see, we've got 4 designs underway. The first of those to be completed will be the underfloor in 15 days. Then we've got a new chassis in 26 days, shortly followed by side pods in 29 days, and then a new rear wing in 36 days. So as I say, a lot of new designs coming to this car. Last time out was in Australia, and although we did finish at the back of the field, we did beat Logan Sargeant. So Logan Sargeant actually finished last. We finished in 20th and 21st, and Daniel Ricciardo did have a little battle throughout that race with the Haas and Kick Albers. That's who we're chasing down. I think it was mainly because he was stuck in a DRS train, but for half of that race he was in contention, but I still think we're a couple of attempts off. That's going to be the case again probably in Suzuka, because as we can see in the bottom right, it's 11 days till that race and we don't have any new designs completing before that. So probably going to be in the same place for Japan, but I think, well, I'm hoping once we get these on the car, we can start going up the grid and challenging those Haas's and Kick Albers. So they'll all be ready by Imola. Quite a few of them will be ready by Miami. And then China, so China will have a week later, so that's 18 days away, isn't it? So yeah, we may not have any on the car for China because we have got a manufacturer as well. And yeah, we don't want to be doing emergencies or rush because of the cost cap. Temporary shutdown on the design factory as well, so that may delay things, which I forgot about. But let's hope these are done pretty quickly and we can start catching those cars ahead of us. So I want to look at the cost cap, and as you see, our current balance isn't too bad, $17.5 million, but our projected balance is minus $46 million now. That should start to head more towards a positive figure, or at least neutral, because we should be getting our sort of performance bonus after each race, and also our sponsor commitments. They will pay us money as well. So hopefully after each race weekend and those sponsor commitments, we'll see that balance start to come back towards a more neutral or positive figure. But we have got to keep a close eye on that one. So we've just gone in and offered a contract to Matthew Ogle from F2 to become the race engineer for Mick Schumacher. So we'll see what he says. I'm not sure if the F2 race engineers have voice lines. That's what I'm hoping for, because we went with generated staff, and unfortunately they don't have any voice lines, which, yeah, takes away some of the immersion. So we'll see if Matthew Ogle, if we sign him, if he does. If not, again, we'll have to replace him, I guess, with F1 race engineers. But as I say, trying to keep it realistic. Would Team Lotus come in and nick a load of F1 race engineers? Probably not. Maybe some of the lowest teams. But let's try and poach some F2 ones and see what happens there. Right, we've got new underfloor completed, and that is for Mick Schumacher's car, so he can run the new underfloor as well in Suzuka, so he'll be happy with that. Just have a look what parts we've got spare. Yeah, we're pretty comfortable on spare parts at the moment, so absolutely fine on that. So we're just having a look at the pit crew training schedule for this month, and we would come into the Japanese Grand Prix tired by the race Sunday. That's not too bad. What about China? Again, they'll be tired. I probably want to get a couple more rests in here. What's that saying now? Yeah, so we'll be pretty good by the time we get there. What would be the total there then? So we're not losing any of our estimated pit stop time on this training schedule. We should increase some stats, which is good. Chance mistake goes up, but actually when you look at the race weekends, chance mistake is very low. I think I'm pretty happy with that. We'll improve our stats, hopefully. We won't lose any pit stop time, and then we can continue to do this, improve the stats, and then we'll look to reduce that pit stop time. But if we can keep 2.6 or under, we'll be very happy with that indeed. Right, so sponsor plan review, engagement activities have been completed, and we have obtained $1.1 million from that. So that's nice. So these are all the different events that we did. No mandatory activities were completed, so 1.1. That surely has had a little bit of an impact. 61 million on the cost cap remaining, apparently. What's the projected? Still for $45 million. So yeah, it has come down since last month, as we can see there, by 1.1. So that has made a difference. So got to keep earning that money. Let's go to the next sponsor plan then. It will affect his driver performance rating, but I'm thinking money is so required at the moment. It might be worth just doing that. I'm not too bothered about losing the scouts at the moment. I don't want pit crew fatigue either. Oh, this is difficult, isn't it? We would achieve it with that. That'd be worth 4 million for us. I think we'll just do that for this month. I think that's going to bring in $4 million, which would be very helpful. And across these races this month as well, hopefully we can earn $5-6 million this month. So that's going to be handy. We have got to balance it though, but we do need to bring in some money. Right, let's set some race targets then. Again, I'd love to go 18th, but I'm weary that we're not quite there yet. So, and we need the money. I don't want to risk losing out. So I'm going to go 20th with Danny Rick. Do we go 20th with Mick Schumacher as well? No, I feel we go 21st with Mick Schumacher. He's not quite there yet. He's not really performing to Daniel Ricciardo's level. So, sorry, Mick. 21st. 20th and 21st. We're not being too ambitious. I know we're not being ambitious there, but I need the money, so we can't risk losing out because need all the money we can get, so we make sure we don't breach the cost cap, but also we've got money to design this car and also do some research when that kicks in as well. But they're the performance targets set, so let's jump in to Suzuka and start practice. Daniel Ricciardo out of the garage. Let's send Mick Schumacher out as well. Hopefully, we had a little bit of a tricky session last time out in terms of practice in Melbourne. So let's see if we can hit 100% setup satisfactions pretty quickly in this one. So Pierre Gasly in this final practice session has run wide of the gearbox of ourselves.
That's where they slightly run off the track.
Yeah, that's what you get for trying to hound us in practice, Pierre. Oh, we've got a yellow flag, multiple cars crash. Looks like it's Hulkenberg and Perez here. In practice free, what is going on here? Oh dear. Oh, it's Hulkenberg who just loses control of the rear end and goes into Perez's side pods.
Look at the team there.
Not quite Perez, not quite Prost and Senna there. But yeah, that's certainly on Hulkenberg. That is the end of practice in Suzuka, and look at that on the left-hand side, Daniel Ricciardo. We have absolutely smashed that, 100% on all outcomes there. Track acclimatization, 100%, car parts knowledge, 100%, and the all-important setup satisfaction, 100%. So that gives Danny Rick, a driver preparation, a perfect score of 100%. Now, Mick Schumacher on his side of the garage, again, he's got track acclimatization at 100%, car parts knowledge 100%. His setup satisfaction, we did a last minute tweak, so I think the highest we got was to 91%, so we're just trying to improve that. He did get 4 out of 5 on the feedback, so we are going to see on the next screen what that's looking like. If not, we'll just revert back. So currently showing a driver preparation of 88%, but realistically once that's set, I think it will be about 95, 96%, maybe 97. So both drivers in good shape as we head towards qualifying in Suzuka. And there you go, confirmation as it stands at the moment, 100% driver preparation with Daniel Ricciardo, 88% for Mick Schumacher. Right, so let's have a look what we're doing in this first sector in Suzuka. So Daniel Ricciardo set a 34.2, Mick's gone quicker. A lot quicker, a couple of tenths quicker. Mick Schumacher then. He hasn't beat Daniel Ricciardo in qualifying yet, it's 3-0 to Danny Rick. So, yeah, let's see if he can out-qualify him here in Suzuka. Let's wait and see this second sector time come in. As I say, I'm probably expecting us to qualify in 21st and 22nd again, which is frustrating, but let's say this one is a long journey. Stick with it. We will get there. 39.8, second sector. 39.5. So Mick Schumacher is having a lovely time in these damp conditions. Daniel Ricciardo, not so much. As we come across the line then, Danny Rick sets a 1:35.4. We're expecting Mick to beat this. He does by second. I don't quite know what's happened to Ricciardo there. Get this underway then. So we should be setting green sectors really, because that first time was set on inters and we're now on some nice soft tyres. So let's see what we can do. We need to find a good chunk of time, but as I say, we don't actually know where our pace is because we haven't set a time on the dry compound tyres as yet. So it should definitely be green, as I say. What do you think about Carlos going to Williams? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like what else could he have done, really? Unfortunately, he didn't have much choice, did he, I think, at the end of the day? Because, yeah, I don't think he could get a top drive at Mercedes, Red Bull, obviously Ferrari taken, McLaren taken, so it's kind of Williams or Alpine, really. It sounded like Audi didn't want to go there, so, yeah, I think he didn't have much choice in the end, really, with that. So Mick has done a 32.8 in that first sector. Danny Rick a 32.6, so a tenth or two up there for Daniel Ricciardo. As Mick sets his second sector time of 38.3. So we've got a little while until Daniel Ricciardo goes through that second sector. So yeah, 38.3. As Mick is now finishing his time, he doesn't do enough to go up the grid, unfortunately. As expected, what can Daniel Ricciardo do? Can we get off the foot of the grid here? Can we get off 22nd place? Looks like he is going to out-qualify Mick again for the fourth time in a row. But can he do any better? Can we jump Gasly? Daniel Ricciardo then across the line. No. Oh dear, this car. We've got some work to do with this car, but we knew that. But 400s off Gasly. I don't know if Gasly is improving or if he's in an in-lap. He's in an in-lap. So, yeah, we were... Yeah, 300s off getting past Gasly. Still 9 tenths getting off Q2. So, yeah, that's where we've been. So Max Verstappen, I think that is his third pole in 4 races. 1-2 for Red Bull, so they're looking pretty good round here. Carlos Sainz third, Norris fourth, Charles Leclerc is in fifth, Oscar Piastri sixth, George Russell seventh, Lance Stroll eighth, Lewis Hamilton ninth, and Fernando Alonso rounds out the top 10. Ooh, so this is interesting. It's saying inters, wet inters, right? Let's... Yeah, so it's saying it's going to get significantly heavy in that proportion of the race. I just don't like the sound of... Let's delete that. We go standard there. Yeah, because we want to... Basically, what my thinking here is we're getting heavier rain around lap 24. So I don't want to go on a strategy where here we're having to box because then we're in between. So I think if we just go standard, if it does get really heavy, then we can put the full wets on. If it's not too bad, then we can try and stretch it out through to here for these inters. So I think we're going to go for that. I'm going to do the same on Mick's side. We're just going to have to monitor the weather really in this one. And Mick has got his driver confidence up to high. So as I say, that's what we were thinking that was going to happen. So yeah, he has got there in the end. As I say, it looks like we might have to bolt on some full wets though, around half distance, but we will wait and see, and we can certainly mix the strategy up. Let's jump in then with us going on a 2-stop full inters for this Japanese Grand Prix in Suzuka. What can we do then? We're expected to finish last. It's rainy. Can we get some safety cars, red flags, some drama? 5 lights are on. They're held for quite a while. Max Verstappen gets away. It's quite a slow getaway from everyone, but we are away nonetheless. And Mick Schumacher's wanting to jump Danny Rick off the start here. Let's just not smash into each other, boys, here. Come on. We do not want to be... Oh, God, it's nerve-wracking, isn't it, when it's your own 2 drivers. Keep it clean. We don't really want to be doing this first lap, boys. Ricciardo is a bit upset that Mick Schumacher's got him off the line, but that'll do. That's the right thing to do. Just get back in line, Danny Rick. It's always a worry when your 2 drivers start to fight. But Verstappen got away well by looks of it, and Sainz has jumped Perez though. Let's see, hopefully the rain mixes it up a bit when that full rain comes. So we'll have a decision to make there. Do we box... probably what I'll do, to be fair, if it is going to just last for those few laps, we'll probably split it. We'll box one and stick with the inters, and the other will go full wets. Because either way, we should come out good with one of them at least. As I say, we're at the back of the field, so we've not got much to lose. Might as well push on the fuel, because it's a wet race, so we're not going to be using much fuel. We're already in no man's land. Yeah, well, that is true. That is true. Oh, hello, though. Hello, well, that's an overtake. What are you complaining about? It's Correa again. He loves a spin.
Things are okay at this stage. And round they go.
Juan Manuel Correa.
They were pretty powerless to
a spinneroonie. Oh, God. That was...
and you can just feel the frustration.
Yeah, that was avoiding action, really, with that. There you go. No longer in no man's land. Look at the pace. We're full 4 seconds on Correa. What are we talking about? This Lotus is incredible. The speed in it. Mick is close to Zhou here. So we have a go. Let's have a go here. Let's deploy. Let's deploy Mick. Motocross and MTB. Thanks for the follow. Oh, Sonoda's ran wide. Hold on, though. We've got more significant things happening here. Because Mick Schumacher is going for a whopping 20th place. Come on, Mick. Just a little bit more. Yes, boy. Mick Schumacher. BG, thanks for the follow. As Mick Schumacher, I said 20th. I was doing a disrespect there to Mick. That's 19th.
Here's the replay.
That is 19th, not 20th.
Right, we're taking the second corner. Can they squeeze by?
There we go. Lovely move from Mick Schumacher. It's all part of the plan, waiting for Correa to make an error.
Yeah, copy.
But Mick, I don't really need to push the fuel because we've got a tow here, so... Ooh, you had a little look, had a little think about it, didn't you, Mick? Let's keep it on the road. That's all we need. Don't need any silly errors in this race. Go on. Go on, Mick. Oh, God. Oh, Mick on the outside. Can he hold on to it out there? Oh, is Gazzy going to squeeze him out? No, Mick's hanging on in there. Now it's just a drag race down to 130R. Come on, Mick. We've got this. You got this. Yes. Gasly's not prepared to stick his nose down in there. And Mick is up to 18th.
Let's see what happened there. And it was Mick Schumacher involved.
Look at this, on board.
They decide to give it a go.
Actually, the move was done a lot earlier than that. It was bold from Mick. Very bold indeed. We're into a whopping 18th. What's Ricciardo saying? Right, Ricciardo's closer here on Zhou. Team Lotus coming alive. Ooh, Zhou shuts the door. Ricciardo having another think about it. Don't want to lose too much tyre life, though. I'm going to put Danny Rick down to aggressive. Right. Mick is 1.1 off our. Let's use a bit of fuel. Cam Ricciardo, we were still using the battery, weren't we, on Schumacher? Let's give Danny Rick some deployment. Well, I tell you what, although this car is last on the grid, we've got 4 designs in the work, and trust me, that's going to make a big difference. But it's nice to see us actually battling, having some racing here.
Okay.
That's what we want to see, even though it is for 18th to 21st, but we're still racing, we're still fighting. Now, Gasly's half a second off Mick Schumacher, so he's going to be fighting us back for that. But I want to just stay on board with Danny Rick here. See if we can get Joe gaining. Is he going to have a go through 130R? Oh, it's already done. Job done. Oh, Danny Rick, that's sloppy. That's schoolboy error, that is. He got too big for his boots there, Danny Rick. He thought the job was done. Right, we've got to go again now. I think he's too far back now. Come on, Ricciardo. Joe is fighting this well, and Ricciardo's struggling, isn't he, to get past him? Mick hasn't really got the pace to gain on Albon. It looks like Gasly is still staying around half a second. Yeah, so Schumacher's 1.6, but he's still got tire. He's got good tire margin. Very good tire margin. So we're. I feel we're playing this well. Telling the drivers not to panic. Conserve tyres. Daniel Ricciardo really needs to get this job done, though. Right, he's going to try the same again here. Don't let him back in this time. Close the door. No. Daniel Ricciardo.
Honestly, I don't think we can do much more.
I think you can. I do think you can, Daniel. But yeah, Daniel Ricciardo really struggling to get that move done, isn't he? I think we're going to have to do a bit of topping up now as well. So that's a shame. Should have got that done. Should have got that done. That's going to cost us now. Let's see what's going on. Gasly's got past us. So that attacking's done absolutely nothing for us, isn't it? Pierre Gasly. He has been gaining on us ever so slightly. Come on, Mick. Don't give it up. Joe's kind of gaining on us. We've been overtaken by Gasly, but we're both gaining on Albon. And Albon's not too far off Sargeant, so I don't know. Is 16th on the cards here for us, potentially? Oh, yellow flag. Hello. Not our drivers, is it? That was only briefly, so I think it's just someone gone wide. Yeah, Magnussen's probably not going to be anything major.
If we watch Magnussen, and wide they go, leaving the racing line. That won't do the floor of the car.
Well, I don't know if that's wide. To be fair, looks like a corner cut from Magnussen. Track limits. Come on. 5-second pen for Magnussen. Billy, not last. We're not last. We're far from it in a whopping 19th and 21st. But, no, it's good. What's actually good is we are actually racing these cars as well. They've gone full wet, both Perez and Hamilton. Have a look at their lap times. Magnussen's in as well now, so a few of them are going for full wet. Can Ricciardo do anything here? No. Not really looking like it, is it? I think we box Mick for wets this lap. And I think we just risk Ricciardo going a little bit longer. What do we think? I think wets for this heavy spell. And Ricciardo's just kind of... We might as well mix it up a bit because how far off the pace we are. Still a yellow flag. What's happening here? Who is it?
We've had a crash on
Ocon.
Track.
Esteban.
Now we're watching Esteban Ocon here.
What's happened to the Alpine man? Soon to be Haas man.
Clearly unable to take evasive action. And they'll have to pick themselves up.
Loses the back end, clips the wall. I don't think he's out. I think he's got back going again, hasn't he? He has. His tyres are absolutely shot, so he's probably going to pit as well. Yeah, so everyone's come out on wets. So it's changed to full wet now. Did these wet runners go one lap too early? We'll soon tell by Zhou. Has he got better pace in those wets? Is he going to jump us and undercut on those wets? Ricardo, we're just going to push through this. We may be miles off the pace by the end of this, but we may as well mix it up a bit. This rain's not going to last for too long. Will we lose over 20 seconds, though, by doing this with Ricardo? Who knows? Right, Mick is in. Come on. We need a good stop from our Team Lotus crew. Boys and girls at Lotus, come on. So Ricardo and Stroll, the only drivers to stay out, it looks like. Come on, team. Nice stop here. 2.9, we're being held. And we got held for the Williams. Zhou is miles past us, isn't he? Oh, that's a nightmare. We got held for so long. Who was it for? Albon. Oh, that's a nightmare. That's a nightmare, that is. Oh, well, that has put all that good work to a sudden end, isn't it? Even Correa is like 1.1 seconds off us. Mick may as well push on these wets because this wet weather, yeah, is only going to last till lap 28. So we've got like 6 laps of this. So we might as well just absolutely rinse these wet weather tyres. Right, what can Ricardo do? In 14th, Schumacher's going to be under threat here now by Correa. This has absolutely gone awfully wrong. I don't know if that... I think it was being held up because we're only... Well, we're about 3 seconds off, but it seemed like we sat there for a good 2-3 seconds. I think there's a bit of both. The undercut from Zhou, wet tyres working, and, yeah, being held in our pit box didn't help. And it looks like Correa is going to get us any moment now as well. Ricardo's got Bottas all over him. Bottas is past us. He's on the full wets. Yeah, the whole grid now on the full wets. What was our... Where were we meant to pit here? Okay, that hasn't worked, but we can go standard on the next stint. Then after Ocon, we've got Gasly. So yeah, all of these cars are probably going to get us, to be fair. Probably got another 4 laps of wet, maybe 6 laps if the track doesn't dry quick enough. But Daniel Ricciardo may as well take this pain now. We're committed to it. At least he can hold these guys up. And Mick Schumacher can join the fight. Because he's now going to back this whole pack up. 2 Alpines. Albon will be straight on him. Then Zhou. Then we've got Sargeant and Mick. Ocon makes the move now. So we need to get that done because they're losing so much time stuck behind us. And so I don't think this is going to work now because we're not really going to be gaining pace on them. We're going to end up more than a pit stop behind. So that's not really worked, but it's worth the gamble. We've got to try these things, especially when we're at the back. We may as well split the strategy. Mick, so I don't really know what we can achieve with Mick here. I'd say we've just bunched that pack up from Ocon. God, Ocon pulled 6 seconds there. So Ricardo's back out. We'll just run him on standard, but that's not really going to go anywhere for him, unfortunately. Oh, Mick. Well, I wasn't expecting moves, Mick. Calm yourself down. Oh, Mick's not having none of that just sitting behind. He's past Alex Albon.
But this is what happened. Let's have a look at the action. It's all at the final corner.
Look at this. The 2 Williams bunched up.
For them.
Opens the door. Mick says, yes, please. Thank you very much.
And moves up a place into 19th.
And Mick's back into 19th. Ricardo is just, yeah, his race is gone. Well, he's gaining on us, and we've got a yellow flag. Ocon's had another spin. He's there at the side of the track. He's already crashed once, says Esteban. There we go. He spun, and he's just sitting there, so does this mean we're going to get past Esteban here? We are. He's still just sitting at the side of the track. He's being lapped now as well. What's he going to pull out in front of a Ferrari? No. He's finally... Is he? He's finally back on. That took an age for him. Well, that's lovely. Mick's up to 18th. But we are just trying to top up the battery. Getting out of the way there. That's nicely done. Will Sargeant have to get out of the way in a more tricky place? That would be nice for us. I think Correa's got to get out of the way for Landa. Oh, no! It's Mick! Get on the track! Mick! Mick, get on the track! Mick, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, no.
So annoying.
Now we should be able to take a look.
It is annoying. Why don't you just get back on the track?
Asphalt is.
What is this? He suddenly
And
turned into
there's the
Farming
lockup.
Simulator.
It took a gamble,
Look,
and it was
turn
just
back
too
now,
late.
Mick. Now. Oh, God. Oh, well, we laughed at Ocon, and, yeah. Did we see him
Now
cutting
we're
the
at
grass
turn
here?
11 now.
Yeah, here we go. Look at
There's
this.
the opening.
I mean, yeah, I get there he couldn't pulled on, but earlier on in that stint, there wasn't a car there, and, oh, no, that is depressing. Well, thanks for tuning in, folks. Back to 21st and 22nd. Oh, Mick Schumacher. We were attacking the tyres, and they were getting hot, to be fair. We could have leaned off them. Right, let's hope for a good pit stop at least. Come on. I can't believe that. Jan, hi, how's it going? Hope you're well. Okay, come on. 2.9, it's not the best, but there's no mistakes in there. I think we just push. I think we attack again, although his confidence so low, he's prone to make another mistake. Oh, God. Is that Sonoda lapping us in P11? It is. Half the grid has now lapped us. Need to unlap ourselves here, because this is going to cost us. Sonoda, just let us by, Sonoda. We're not in each other's race. This is frustrating now because we're not gaining any time now. So we're stuck behind an RB who's lapped us, but we're quicker because we're on the inters, he's on the wets. I'm going to give him some deployment and just see if we can, as we head to 130R, if we've got pace, whether we'll unlap ourselves. What are your thoughts on Perez staying at Red Bull and Sainz to Williams? Red Bull and Perez makes sense because although he's not doing a great job, I just think a mid-season swap wouldn't really work. I think he's definitely going to be out of the car at the end of the season, but I don't think they would have got the best out of any driver if they swapped them mid-season, to be fair. Can we try and unlap ourselves? It's just not going to go for it, is he? I can never remember unlapping myself on F1 Manager 23 either, so is this just not allowed in the game? Lewis, thanks for the follow. Oh, that's frustrating, isn't it? It's losing us so much time. Right, it's changed back to wet. How long is this going to last? 4 laps. But they can't stay out on these wets, surely. Oh, please just get punctures everywhere and then go back on wets. Right, we've got to stay out on these inters. We're going to start losing time, but... So we're 19.4 behind Ocon. No, Russell's locked up. What's going
Let's have
on?
a look at that. It was George Russell involved. Nothing at this point.
So George just going to have a...
Struggling with the car.
Oh, he nearly collected the Aston on the way through.
Here today.
That was brown pants time for George. Has Albon got a puncture? He hasn't. What is George's tyres saying now? 27%. They're just... Sargeant's at 20%. Come on. One of these has got to get a puncture. Because as soon as we get to lap 43, 42, 43, they're all going to jump in for their inters. That's what they're doing. They're stretching this out. Sargeant's got a puncture. I just saw it go to 0%. Yes! Come on! There we go. Rear Ryer's given out. Lovely. Right, that's one of them. He was on about 17% though. I don't think anyone was that low, were they? No. Correa and Albon. It'd be nice if they'd get one as well. He's so close to the pit though. That's annoying. Love how he's trying to get back on the racing line. He's holding up. Ah, that's Sonoda actually. Holding on Ocon now. 27 seconds. Come on. Oh! It can't still be 29 behind. 24, 20. Oh, is he still gonna... Are we gonna jump him in this pit? Hamilton's in as well. So at next lap, they're all going to be in for inters, I think.
It's okay.
Sargeant's going to be out in front of us. Perez has got a puncture. Oh, I think Sargeant's coming out in front of us. Perez has a puncture now as well. Oh, there's Mick. He's not going to do it. Oh, dear. Some more punctures would have been nice.
Okay, understood.
Herrera's got a puncture, though. And he's got a long way home, hasn't he? Albon's got a puncture. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Let's get Correa and Albon at least. Albon puncture. We don't need to see the replay. We're on board. And he's still got this whole straight to go. So this has happened earlier for these guys. Any more punches? I don't know why they didn't put earlier. Come on, we're 18. They're still a long way back though, aren't we? 23. Oh, that's terrible. Being held up. What are we? 21, 24. We're still about 30 seconds behind Albon. So I don't even think we can jump Albon. What about Correa? 18, 20. It's going to be close with Correa, although he's going to have fresh tyres and be very quick.
Now, down to the pits. There's been a hold-up.
Russell's had a pit stop issue, but he's not in a race. Norris, I don't know why these lot are staying out. Bizarre. Right, Albon is in and out. Oh, it's going to be closer than it was with Sargeant. Go on, Mick. It's not going to last very long, but we have made it past Alex Albon, and that also means we're past Correa. You know, Daniel Ricciardo just toddling along nicely. Right. Look how quick he is already. He's just going to annihilate us on those tyres. As Albon finally gets past us, as I say, we're totally expecting this. His tyres are much fresher than ours. There we go. Helicam down into the first corner. Finally gets it done. A lot later than he would have wanted, though. Right, we've got 10 seconds on Correa. Unless there's going to be any other drama here, there's not going to be too much more that happens across this one. Russell's locked up again.
Let's take a look at the replay. It's obviously quite wet out there.
He's having a nightmare of a race, isn't he?
And the car fails to respond. And you can't afford to
Dear
do something.
George. That's giving us the breathing space we wanted.
The brakes
Oh, same as George's lap
and they'll
before.
need to be mindful of the effect
And
that
Correa's
had on
locked
the
up.
tyres.
and gives Mick Schumacher the breathing space we needed to bring it home in an almighty 20th. He's obviously got some floor damage or something there as well as Correa. So we can just drop everything down now. Correa is properly pushing. Was that because we had to get out of the way for lapped cars? Oh no, I thought this was going to be comfortable. What is going on? Oh my god, look at his tyre advantage as well. Oh no, this is not looking good.
Okay.
Correa, don't do this to us. Now. That's it. Oh no, he's slowed very much there. Oh, Mick. Why did you slow so much? Don't let him have it. Squeeze him out. Oh, Mick, squeeze him. No, Mick. Oh, well. It just goes from bad to worse here, doesn't it? Go on, Mick, don't give it up. I don't know why he let off so much, letting Carlos through. Oh, it was Charles, actually. And that's going to be it. That is going to be it, because our tyres are short. I've got to get out of the way now for Perez. Yet again, Max wins. Lando Norris looks like he's going to come home in second with the fastest lap. And then Carlos Sainz is going to be third. And then Mick Schumacher, after all that, we are as high as the lofty heights of 17th or 18th at one point in this race. We are unfortunately going to come home where the car is currently. And Mick Schumacher comes home in 21st. And Daniel Ricciardo tried something different with his strategy. It's worth a go. Because if it had paid off, he might have gained a position or two. But obviously didn't pay off. So Daniel Ricciardo is going to come home right at the end of the field in 22nd of 22nd. And we've had a wet race all the way through. And it looks like the rain has now stopped. So has the race. So Max wins. And Team Lotus finished last. Well, Alonso just steals the fastest lap there off Lando as well. Right, so there we have it. As we said, Max Verstappen wins. Lando Norris second. He's up 2. Carlos Sainz finishes third. Charles Leclerc is 4th. Sergio Perez down 3. Typical Sergio. He finishes 5th. Oscar Piastri 6th. Lewis Hamilton is in 7th. And then we've got Lance Stroll in 8th. Fernando Alonso in 9th. And Yuki Tsunoda, who keeps scoring points for the RB in this series, is in 10th. And another point for him. And as we saw, George Russell having quite a few issues, so he finishes out of the points. Other than that, no real surprises. But unfortunately, Mick Schumacher looked good for a minute there, didn't it? For, as I say, we were in 18th, sort of halfway through. I thought at least we were going to hold on to 20th, but it didn't quite work. But we have got those upgrades coming soon, so I'm hoping that's going to be enough to start fighting with Williams, Sauber and Haas. Although, as I say, the Haas and Saubers looked a lot quicker around Suzuka than they have the other tracks. Drivers' Championship then, Max Verstappen still leads the way on 88 points. Carlos Sainz in 2nd, Lando Norris 3rd, Oscar Piastri 4th, Charles Leclerc in 5th, Sergio Perez 6th, George Russell 7th, Fernando Alonso is 8th, Lance Stroll 9th, and Hamilton up 1 to 10th. So no changes in that top 9 at all. Hamilton now in the top 10. And yeah, no, apart from, well, after Lewis Hamilton, we've got Yuki Tsunoda, who's now got 11 points in 11th. Esteban Ocon in 12th with 2 points. Alex Albon in 13th with 1 point. And then the rest of the field yet to score, including our drivers, Daniel Ricciardo and Mick Schumacher. And based on finishes in the race, Mick Schumacher is dead last, but Daniel Ricciardo is at least beating Logan Sargeant. Then constructors. So Red Bull extend their gap. I think it was only a few points before this, 2 or 4 points, something like that. But they've now got a little bit more of a margin across Ferrari, who move into 2nd place, although they are on the same points as McLaren on 108. And Aston Martin up 1 to 4th. So they jump Mercedes a point ahead of them. Mercedes in 5th. RB, as I say, doing quite well so far. 11 points with them in 6th. Alpine in 7th. Williams in 8th, and Haas kicks Sauber, and Team Lotus yet to score. Pit stops weren't even good in Suzuka either, so where are we in this? We've moved down 1, but again, we're not bottom. Haas are bottom, so we're at least off the foot of the table in that one. So that brings Suzuka to a close and this latest episode, and well, it promised better than how it ended, didn't it? I think, Danny Rick, we take that one on the chin. We went for something a little bit different, and ultimately it didn't work. But Mick Schumacher, I think, I do think we could have finished 18th or 19th there in that race. That lockup cost him when he went wide and started lawn mowing and didn't want to get back on the track. That cost us a good few seconds. And then he was on the inters when it got fully wet, when the other drivers were getting a few punctures. So he's losing a little bit of time there. So I think if we managed this race a little bit better, and in terms of his performance was perfect, I think we could have finished 18th or 19th, which for where we have been, that would be a good achievement. So we are at least having a few battles now on the grid, and I'm confident, we've got those 4 designs in the pipeline. So as soon as we get those done and on the car, I think we'll start eventually moving up this grid. We are, of course, on the lower settings, but I am fully invested in making Team Lotus a championship contender. Obviously, that's going to take quite a while, but I hope you're going to be as invested as I am. And with that said, if you've got all the way to the end of the video and you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. Of course, if you've liked this episode and you like the content, please do give the video a like. It really does help out the channel. And as I always say, get involved down below in those comments, and we're going to be back very soon with the next episode in this Team Lotus series.